Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Y Coffee Break. This is our Thursday live chat. Of course, with me, we already started. We have our warm up. He is also our trainer for the company. I'd like the leadership program, the team building. That's why I'm very honored and pleasured that he accepted my invitation to be part of the Thursday live chat. We will focus more now, not on the funding, because for the past 2, 3 months, that's what we have been covering here in our page, Waiko Tax page. But the most important, more than the funding, the financial aspect of running a business is finding the right people who will be part of your team. Therefore, I have with me he's a coach, Mr. Michael Wilson. Good morning, Michael.
Morning.
Mhm.
And
Thank
you know, you were talking about funding. We're actually going to find out. I'm going to show you all a way that y'all can actually get funding for your company. Not, I mean, through other means other than SBA loans or the PPP application. I'm going to actually show you ways that you can actually raise money through your network.
Well, that's good. We can dig deeper on our chat for today.
Okay.
Also, we will just like to, this is only less than an hour. So viewers out there can type their comments if any questions with Mr. Michael Wilson. And he is uh, welcome to answer all those questions. And as a matter of fact, we have an questions, the most frequently ask questions that we have, that we will go over, and then will go from there. But before anything else, we just quick summary that we will have our services. the- the- okay. So far we have been processed more than at least $200,000 of PPP application together with the grant through the SBA. And for our past webinars, please, all the COVID-19 relief summary from the PPP, EIDL, the shared work program, all of those COVID-19 relief, you could watch a replay on our YouTube channel, Wyco Tax. And if you don't want to read, or if you don't want to watch, you can actually read by going to our website and download the PDF summary. And with that, you could also we give 1 hour consultation. By next week, we have a upcoming Wednesday webinar. This is a new segment of Wyco Tax. We will go over again with the everything you need to know for the PPP forgiveness, together with the Thursday live chat, a guide to reopening your business, because I believe that we are back in business by June 1. There you go. So just visit our Facebook page. And if you have any pending COVID-19 relief application, feel free to call us so we could review your books. We could review your payroll and taxes. Okay, so let's dive into it. Thank you, Michael.
Well,
Uh,
thank you for the invite.
yes. Okay, there you go. We're going to focus here. And I'm going to stop the sharing and let's just talk. There you go.
All right.
Okay, Michael, when I went when I started the business here in Texas, I don't know anybody. As a matter of fact, when I got here, I thought I was ready because I English is my secondary language. And then eventually I did realize that this is 93% Hispanic community. Therefore, I need to really adapt with the culture and find the right people to start the business, because I have no idea how to start a business. I got here 10 years ago. I just started my own company 2015. With this, what do you think social capital, and why do you think it is important for business owners?
So business owners, when they first started a company, I remember myself as when I first started myself, it was like you're on this island, and you really just put your head down, work hard. You don't really worry about the outside world, and you just become this island, and you feel like you can do it yourself, and you can do everything yourself. Unlike corporations, the corporations have these. Let's say they have a problem. Let's say their last quarter quarterly reports, financial reports, where maybe they lost a certain amount of percentage. They can have a meeting together and have a brainstorm on how they can help each other. But a business owner, they're by themselves, even though they might have employees. They really, the employees are not really there to give advice or give they're not really in the same level to give the advice they need to. So in that situation, business owners fail to, they focus mainly on their financial capital as a key element, revenue, incoming revenue, outgoing expenses. They
Yes.
look at mainly human capital, their employees, training them, make sure they're effective and everything else. But the third capital is the most neglected, is social capital.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like social capital, I'll build my network whenever I have time. I'm not really, it's not important to me right now. And that is the biggest mistake they can make, is that if they build their inner circle, their human capital will be a lot easier. Their financial capital will be a lot easier. Give an example on human capital. What, Chris, whenever you need to hire somebody, most likely, I'm going to just give an example. You probably have a different way of doing it, but they most likely, you had to go, business owner or yourself, I have to go to Indeed, put an application, goes out, put a job posting out there, and it goes blindly out there to people out there in the Arlington area, Brownsville area. This person comes in, interviews, you don't know this person. And they might look, man, I tell you what, the ceilings will open up, raise, angels are singing, oh, this person is perfect. Man, the first week they start, first day they start, boy, they're a different person. They're not that person. And that's actually the commonality today. But if you had a large inner circle, you had a large amount of people that knew you built that network, man, I tell you what, you go in there and say, hey, do you know anybody? I'm looking for an assistant. Can you, anybody recommend somebody? Somebody's not going to send you somebody that's toxic because their name's on the line. And I'll tell you what, and my customers, they told me that works great. They get referred these people that are amazing. They work with their company a lot better. And so referred employee rather than just blindly job posting on Indeed or other, or Monster or whatever. This is you building that. So business owners need to get off that island and expand their business, their network, right, and build that network. Actually, you coined a couple of times, I've heard you in your speeches, your network is your net worth. And that's so true.
Yes, that's correct. Because actually, Michael, you have a good point. And whenever referral system is a type of marketing, for example, in building, not just finding the clients, but also finding the right people.
Yes.
And this is what is the most common misconception. Whenever we are handling the books of the companies that we've been dealing, the startup companies, they always been searching for loans. However, when we talked about how much revenue you're going to generate, how much expenses, they kind of have no idea about that. But based on my personal experience, the way you run your business, seek guidance and knowledge and talk to lenders, to SBA, to score mentors. There are so many people that you need to spend time, more than 40%, before you even come out with your business plan, because they are the ones going to check the different analysis that you came out with your business plan. And that's why I do encourage people to attend trainings. And also like you, when I need a lawyer or I need a banker, I need a corporate trainer, I just go to different networking events here in the Valley, from McAllen to Brownsville, and ask people, because the truth of the matter on the research, there are much more chances that you will get the referral of someone. More than 55% you go to the referral rather than checking somewhere. You always want third party validation, and giving like that kind of validation will really, you take the word for it. Correct?
Yes.
So
I'm going to give you an example of building your network. Not only helps yourself, your business, but also helps your clients. I'm a business coach by trade, and I ran into this issue where I had a real estate investor. He did what I used to do in the past, buy and sell homes. He bought two homes back to back. And he came to me with eyes real big. He says, Mike, I got these great deals, but I ran out of capital. I said, all right, just a minute. Let me go to my human capital. I mean, my social capital. And let me go ask. I just went on Facebook. I have other channels too, but I went to Facebook. I got these two homes. It's real estate investment. And I asked him, what do you need? And he said $100,000. Within 2 hours, I raised $100,000 through my social capital. And people are like, they're jumping on that. Actually, we had to stop it. I told people, hey, look, all we need is 100,000. That's good. Thank you. And so I was able to help my client. And that client was, I'll tell you what, he became my sales agent. He went out there and started, imagine doing things like that for your clients. Your clients would become your sales agent and do that word of mouth and passing it around.
Yes, because business is not just building revenue. It's more about building relationships.
Relationships. That's a key
More than,
element.
yeah, more than the product. And this is what I've learned since I started selling at the age of 17, second year high school. You need to really build your brand, but it all starts from you. You have to sell yourself, your character, your personality, your integrity before you even sell what your service or what products are you offering. Because people will not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's why I'm very thankful for along the way. I've known you, I've known the SBA, I found score mentors, because the years of me doing a trial and error of developing the business model, the business plan, the right funding, it only takes me like 1 or 2 hours by listening to people that been there, done that, and they are well experienced.
Yes.
And this is what my motto in life, that whatever we do know is our greatest asset. What we don't know could be our greatest liability, but what other people know would be our greatest resources.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a unlimited resources. See, that's the problem with businesses today is the scarcity mentality.
Yes.
They're
Mm-hmm.
scared to go out there and mingle with other business owners because they're going to steal my business.
Mm-hmm.
No, if you opened up, there's abundance out there. There's great abundance out there. And if you go out there and open up to other people, the resources are going to come to you. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm getting thrown resources like crazy. I mean, I have a little secret tactics that you can do on which I'll share on later on today. I mean, later on after this of this session here about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most powerful tool.
Oh
People,
wow, yes.
and you don't believe I didn't think that before. I thought LinkedIn was very boring, but I am making some good money off of LinkedIn right now.
Actually, when I went to the Philippines, uh, Facebook is more general, the general market.
Yes.
Now, my marketing team, we started to build the profile on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is much more segmented. It's
Yeah.
tailored fit for professionals, business
Professionals,
owners.
mainly professionals.
And the good thing about that, you can directly communicate with from B2B, from business to business, from business to clients. There are so much more resources, human resources, that you could actually take advantage of the LinkedIn. We barely started LinkedIn just this 2 months ago when the situation happened because
Mhm.
we keep relying on Facebook communication, and but sometimes the right people may not be there on
Yes.
Facebook. Right now, with this talking about the COVID-19 or this pandemic situation, how does the businesses or the how do businesses build their network, and how can they build their relationships, because right now we don't have no more interaction in
Yes.
person.
Well, Chris, let me say one thing. It's a mindset first. You need to fix your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
See, right here I have my wallet. Okay, what people do digital marketing or they go online and try to network online or even network in person,
Mm-hmm.
they're there to think of how do I get money out of your wallet into my wallet. That's all their mindset is.
Yeah.
Take that out of your mindset. It's about relationship. Have that mindset when you're doing digital or in person. And whenever COVID goes away and we do it in person, get that mindset that I want to build that relationship. Now, look, I got this in my mailbox yesterday. It's a
On
landscaping
Nobel,
company.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a landscaping company. It's so some people would think that, oh, this is a solicitor. They wanted landscaping, all kinds of stuff like that. But you need to have that different mindset this person is out there walking the streets. If I'm a real estate agent or I'm a handyman or something like that, I need to build that relationship with this guy, because this guy is walking the streets or driving around the streets and putting stuff in the mailbox. You can work out a relationship. So have that mindset that every business card you get, every contact you get online, think of that. How can I build that relationship with that individual? How can that person build that relationship where I start not only getting referrals, but build a relationship where I can have resources that I can share with them and they can share with me. But and the way you can do it, see, local networking is great. And you know me, Chris. I used to host a lot of
Yes.
networking events. Those are great, but there's a lot of locals that do that, and also they tend to be the same, almost the same people. Over time, I've attended every networking event you can imagine, and they tend to be almost the same people. So it's kind of not as productive. You might get one or two, three, maybe out of there.
The
But when
BNB
you do a
market.
global networking, like for instance, LinkedIn,
LinkedIn, yes.
okay, I got to tell you, I need to give a class on LinkedIn one of these days. I have to give you everybody a class on this. For instance, I'm doing business in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna share with y'all a little secret on how to really target individuals on LinkedIn. First of all, work on your profile. You really have to have a really appeasing. It can't be a laid back profile. It needs to be really highly professional. You go to Fiverr.com, hire like 3 people, $5-10, hire 3 people to work on your and look at, if you ever
The
look at mine,
bio. Yes, the
work
bio.
on your bio. You have to have a good bio, a really interesting bio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then what I do is I do search, like I'm doing business. I'm working with business owners and CEOs from Washington D.C. In October, I'll be actually working in the D.C. area,
Mm-hmm.
working business coaching over there.
Business.
And so what I'm doing right now is I'm connecting with CEOs, business owners, angel investors, all from the DC area. And I tell you what, as soon as I connect with them, they're with open arms. What can we do for you? Every time I connect with somebody in DC, what can we do for you? We want to work with you. We want to. And so as soon as I get there in October, I'm already have this vast network because of LinkedIn. I mean, I think I'm already at 10,000 business owners, CEOs, whatever. And so I'm already building that network right now. So I should have maybe about 20,000 highly
Correct.
proficient connections over there. And then once they get there, I do a training, coaching, whatever it is that I do. Boom, it's done. Sold out. Watch, it's going to happen that way.
Well,
So
yes, I can't wait that I can I'm looking forward to that. Actually, LinkedIn, the good thing about the LinkedIn is they are actually very strict about advertising companies. You need to be the one replying to messages. Like you need to be the CEO, you need to be the business owner, not the Facebook
yes,
page or the company's page, which is good because it gives you that kind of authenticity that you're talking to the person rather than the robot. That's what I noticed there. And like what you have mentioned about the landscape, because as a business owner, when I attended the capitalism conference in Austin, and this is one thing that I learned from Damon John, he mentioned that your job as a business owner is as a headhunter. You need to have to develop the skills of leadership, but most important thing is to find the right people. The right people could be your employee, the right people could be your client, or it could be your strategic partner that complements your service. And that's one thing that I've always keep in mind is finding the right people.
hey, Chris, I want you to. I would like to challenge all the people that are attending this. Go to self-made. Notice not people that inherit money, but self-made millionaires, ones that were from rags to riches.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look at their background, and you're going to see that they focus on financial and human capital, but their biggest asset was their social capital. That was a lot larger than the rest of them. And it's who you know, that saying, it's who you know.
Yes.
And so if you build that network, I'm telling you, man, life. I mean, for me, I started my company. I was ramen soup for the first 2 years. I was ramen soup.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's growing, ecstatically because of my social network, social capital, and networking is a key element. And that's why I actually did this, because I did a lot of research on social capital, and actually because I'm writing the book. I know I've been saying I've been writing a book, but it's I don't want to release it yet because I'm doing a lot of research on it. And so once I finish my research, then I'll finalize that book. A lot of people have been telling me they want this book really bad because it's going to be gold. It's going to be gold.
Oh, that's good. Are you planning to? It's going to be a audiobook or ebook?
Well, it's going to be an Amazon. Amazon. It's going to be hard, or you can also download the book too. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
going to try
nice.
to hopefully get it audible.
Yes, because it's a journey and it's something that you would like to share by reading or by listening, and those are can be done, especially in the rise of digital economy.
Yes.
That's why on our company is part of different business organization from Hispanic Chamber. I love the RGB Hispanic Chamber with Miss Cynthia, the Brownsville, ESME, Harlingen Chamber, San Benito, even the EDC, the Economic Development Corporation. I was encouraging my clients to really go with the EDC because they
Yeah.
have so much information to really grow and help your business, from the rent subsidy for the grants. Those are already been available before this situation happened, and they can take advantage with these resources without really digging so much on loan after loan, because sometimes we have clients that he applied for the loan to the for a restaurant, and then what happened, in able to pay off the loan itself, he applied for another loan, which is like, the way I see it, when you see yourself in the hole, you have to stop digging. Try to find someone, maybe an accountant or maybe a CPA that you can find in Score, and then let them see your financials before you even dig deeper with this loan. That is the reason why the goal of the business for you as a business owner is to work on the business, not in the business.
Hey,
That's why when you are the cook of the kitchen and you run a restaurant, that business will be dead anytime soon.
yeah. Hey, Chris. I ask whenever I coach my clients, I ask them, "Are you an entrepreneur or business owner?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" I thought the same thing. I said, "No, it's not." A business owner always works in their business, i.e., let's say a restaurant owner, just every day working 20 hours a week, 20 hours a day because they have to run a restaurant. Or an entrepreneur would never step a foot in the restaurant because they've opened 3 or 4 or 5 different restaurants. So they don't work in their business, they work on their business. And so you
Yeah.
need to have that concept. Your business owners need to have the concept. How can I stop working in my business and how can I start working on my business?
Yes, it's about developing the system, because Ray Kroc, the
System. Yep.
famous person who really built the billion-dollar industry on McDonald's, he never really cooked the burger,
Yep.
but he knows and he sell the concept. And that is why, an entrepreneur, you need to be focus more on selling and marketing. That's your main goal, building relationship with people. That's the reason why I also highly recommended the book, the EOS entrepreneurial operating system,
Yeah.
that they will guide just a basic. I love the book because it will tell you how to develop a corporate structure, the basic, plus where are you going to position yourself. So
Yes.
that is the reason why you'll never stop learning. After tax season, I go to Austin, I go to Silicon Valley, because I love to connect and meet more by starting going to the Chamber of Commerce in San Jose, and together with the in Silicon Valley, the EDC and SBA offices. You'll never know. There's always room for learning.
I'm always seeing you out there, Chris. I remember going to what was it, an event in Dallas, and
Oh yes,
I ran
yes.
into you. I was like, "What are you doing here?" Small world.
Is that oh, that's
Tony
is that an
Robbins.
Austin, Tony Robbins,
Tony
or
Robbins.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think it's Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that guy. That is my morning motivation while I'm brushing my teeth. Those are a bunch of people that I've been following and listening. Then moving forward, like how to find mentors on building my network, so you could build a large network quickly.
Yeah. There's it's the people you surround yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
If let's say you're a business owner, you're a small business owner,
Yes.
and you admire other business owners that you want. I want to be there. I want to be in his shoes in 5, 10, or a year, maybe to 10 years from now. I want to be. And so a lot of people are scared to ask mentoring. They think that's going to cost money. Yeah, it could cost money. Yes, I mean, people, you got to value people's time, and that's one thing that people fail to do is value other people's time. But the other thing too is that simply asking.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, when he first started his business, he went to IBM, and he was barely a teenager, still pimple on his face, and he went up to IBM and says, hey, "Can you donate some of this computer equipment because I have a vision of a personal computer, a PC." And they thought he was crazy because the computers back then were a whole room or something like that. But he had the idea of creating an individual computer, and they gave it to him. He simply asked, and
Yeah.
so us just simply asking. I mean, they could go and ask you, Chris. I mean, like, hey, can you mentor me?
Exactly. And what's the worst thing can happen? Saying no, but you still learn and move on.
Yeah, or they
And
can give you resources on that. Or we're okay. I can't help you because I'm super busy, but you know what? Go and talk to so and so.
yes, because I mean, in life, in general, you will hear more no's than yes. But
Yes.
you only need one yes to make this breakthrough in life. But you should never stop learning. You should never stop searching, because the more that you search, the more that you are one step closer to what you really need and taking your business to the next level. Because always remember, like, you need to delegate, then elevate. Delegate, elevate, delegate, elevate. Always, it's just like a repeat process.
Scaling your
And
business.
what happened to other people, like they are very afraid to trust someone to
Mhm.
doing something, whether it's marketing, whether it's accounting, IT, operations. But no man is an island. In, like Steve Jobs said, that successful businesses will never be run by one people or one person. It is being run by team of people. It's more about collaboration, sharing information, connections, and resources. And talking about mentoring, I highly suggest to find a score mentor, and that they are free. You could find, I have 3 to 4 mentors from different departments, because at the same time you want to cut the cost of paying somebody professionally, but you can take advantage of his score. So there are so many resources. From there you can take it, you can do your assessment, you can have accountability. That's the most important thing about having mentors.
Mhm.
So here, is there a way, one one thing that I realized are, is there a way to find out whether your social capital is an asset or a liability?
Test it. And
Mhm.
I tell you what, people, you were talking about asking for help. People
Yes.
love to help people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Simply somebody stopping by and say, "Do you know the directions to so and so the location?" And just that feeling, that's human nature to feel like I've helped somebody. Now, what you can do is social capital. One thing first, before we get into testing your social capital, actually look at your digital footprint.
Correct.
Some of my business owners that I said, "Hey, Facebook doesn't work for me." I go audit their Facebook page or their Facebook, even personal page,
Mm-hmm.
and they have 25 people liking their page, and it's mainly family and friends. Of course, it doesn't work. So
Mm-hmm.
build that digital footprint by building your profile, building your page, building your digital imprint, because nobody will take you seriously if you don't build that. And Fiverr.com, $5, you can build a beautiful page. Actually, I took it through maybe 10 people to get through. 10 people worked on my LinkedIn page. And now and people, everybody looks at it. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to do something with you." Everybody wants to do something with me. And so really make sure your digital footprint is good to go. Facebook, LinkedIn, if you're doing Twitter or Instagram, great. Make sure your digital footprint is awesome. Then going out there and actually testing it and seeing if anybody responds. Hey, I need help with, can somebody refer a tax person or something like that? And if people respond, great. If nobody responds at all, that means you need to start building your social capital by connecting with other people, connecting. Just think about every person you connect with. Connect. Now, don't blindly do it. Strategically try to connect with individuals.
Yeah.
Now,
And also, like, you're talking about this social capital or liability. The first liability that you have to stay away from are people putting about, they talking about negative things, right?
Yes.
From your Facebook page, you can clean that. I think that's the best way to start, because all you need to do right now is to get ideas, not people. To be
Yeah.
honest, I only have 700 friends on Facebook because I limit the people that I don't wanna read this. There are so much things going on in our surroundings. You cannot change the world in one day, but you know what? You can start within yourself to surround yourself with positive people that are driven, talking about ideas like what you've said
Yes.
on LinkedIn. It's
It,
very a good
look,
platform.
you can do that by researching their page, and if there are a lot of negative stuff on there,
Yes.
complaining, or you can tell that they're very they're not too active. That's another key element there. You go to their page, and the last post was 2007 or something. Well, they didn't have Facebook back then, but I mean, it was a long time ago. Let's say 2 or 3 years ago that they posted something on Facebook. That's not a person to have on there either. And so really look for who, like you walk into a room, think about it. If you walk into a room, who do you want around you? And that's what you want on your social capital. I mean, your social media. That's what you want to surround yourself with people, like-minded people in your social media area.
Yeah, eagles fly with eagles.
Yes, eagles fly
And
with
people,
eagles, right?
right? And
Not the
people,
chickens, not the chickens, right?
no, not the chickens, because this is like, there are so many people that will watch things happen, but
Yes,
there are few people that will make things happen.
yes.
You really have to choose which group you want to belong, which network you want to belong. And that's very important because these are your building blocks to take your business, to leverage your business to the next level, and to grow more. It's just continuous having a constructive feedback from everybody that will really take your business to the next level, because there's no crowded space going extra mile.
Okay.
Now, what can you give us advice, the do's and don'ts of building your network? Now
Well,
we're going to do a digital network now because we don't do so much interaction locally.
okay. Content is king,
Yes.
and reciprocity is probably the most powerful thing. Is that I give you an example. It's about, I think, 2 years ago. I go to Workforce Solutions, in which you got Cameron Works over there, and I always, because I help business owners, and I belong to a couple of boards, Hispanic Chamber and other boards, and I wanted to find some resources that can help business owners. So I went out there to Workforce Solutions and said, "Hey, we have a grant that we will pay 75% of the employees' salaries for 1 year." I'm like, "Oh, great, man, that's good." So I went to Facebook, made this little spill about social Workforce Solution here is offering this grant, and I gave a link and everything else. Literally, I had 10 people. I had one business owner call me crying that they had tears, man. I was like wondering who was this. I mean, I thought maybe it was one of those sicko calls or something like that. But they couldn't catch their breath, and they called me and said, "You saved my business," because I was about to close. I couldn't afford them to pay my employees. Now, so with 75% of the employees being paid, I'm able to continue. And now the reciprocity on that. Imagine just sharing resources gives you that reciprocity that people want to help you. So that's one key element, building that. Also remember that mindset. Do not solicit. Yes, you're thinking, Mike, why in the world would you not solicit? Soliciting, people don't want that. It's spammers. I mean, I tell you what, I get so many people on LinkedIn that hey, I want to talk to you because I want to sell you something. I don't even respond to it because they don't really truly want to have a relationship with me. They just want to sell with me. So don't sell. They will eventually come to you and say, "Hey, Mike, I see that you do this," and boom, sell it. And so the key element is building that relationship first, and then
Yes.
content. Also, when I say content, is that constantly, like Wyco Tax,
Yes.
create. I mean, y'all do a pretty good job on that. You're doing this right now. This is
Thank
content
you.
right here.
Yes.
But also a newsletter or what do you call it, or an article, posting an article, doing something. Hey, and articles that are, I hate to say interesting,
Yes.
like like how to get the PPP loan or something like that, or
Yes.
how to save on tax. Would you like to have pay less taxes or something like that? And so
Yes.
you have interesting content, and actually you have, if you don't have time to write content, Fiverr.com, again, I'm a big advocate of them, is they can actually write content for you. They'll do the research for you and write the content for you. Now it costs a little bit more. It's not $5 for that. It's like 20, 30, $40 for that. But
Right.
hey, you got somebody to do it for you.
Exactly. That's why it's about hiring, and you focus on your strength, building relationship, and you, whatever your weakness in terms of your time, you
Mm,
need to find somebody that can do it better,
yeah,
because it's not a trial and error. It's more like trial and evaluate.
yeah.
Evaluate the person who's doing it. Evaluate the content. And then you mentioned regarding the, for the do's of building your network. That's correct. You don't sell anything in the very first, because the most important is trust and rapport. You have to build that trust and rapport before you even sell something. Like, for example, I've been a part of Toastmaster, and this is another this is non-profit organization. Have you heard about it?
Oh yes, I belong to Toastmasters.
Oh, okay, good. The Toastmaster, I don't sell there. I don't sell there, but I just talk about myself, about the business, because there are pathways that you need to take. And I do encourage for people, if they want to build their brand, their personality, the way their public speaking skills, Toastmaster is another good platform for them. But you know what? The complimentary about it, we got 3, 4, 5 clients for taxes, payroll, bookkeeping. I'm
Yeah,
not even selling. It's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
they know that this person is active to the community, or they can see you anywhere, which means to say that you're not just like fly by night. And we
Hey,
don't close our office
hey, Chris,
after tax
I want
season.
to give. Here's another example. There was a gentleman. I mean, I'm not too much into multi-level marketing. I used to do that for 20 years. I kind of got burnt out on it, so I'm not doing it anymore. But there's this gentleman that flew down from Dallas. He said, I want to have coffee with you. And I saw on his profile that he was on multi-level marketing. I was like, oh, okay. All
Multi-level.
right. So you can do the pitch. All right. So we had coffee, and we had a great relationship. We the most productive friendship, connection that I would say that we had together. Anyway, he said, okay, thank you. And he flew back. He didn't ever pitch to me. Second time he came down and says, I want to meet with you again. I was like, okay, here's the pitch. And he came to me and talked to me. We sat for 2 hours talking, and then he went back and he did pitch. I was like, what in the world? Third time he came down, and already I had to ask him, okay, this is the third time you flew down from Dallas. Why in the world are you not pitching to me? He said,
Yes.
I'm here to just build a relationship with you. Now, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
join this company, but I became a customer, and I purchased their health products all the time. And so because of that, I became a customer.
Yeah,
And
it
so,
always come handy eventually. Like, there are some situations that like, what there are people that I met in conference, and then we build there's a Facebook group. Even we are all in the same industry, one way or another. They are, for example, in tax industry, we attended the IRS conference. Eventually, they don't do payroll, they don't do bookkeeping, so what they do is refer, because
yes,
not every business owners are doing tax, payroll, bookkeeping, or even this COVID-19 relief. Therefore, because you build that relationship, they can just pass over all the clients that looking for your services. And
yes.
then vice versa. If I don't do loan, or I don't do credit repair, or all of those other financial related services, then I do refer them, because at the same time, when your clients go to your office, they want it all in one shop. They want to ask, can you help me with this about my loan processing? Can you help
Yes.
me to fix my credit score? Or about the mortgage? Do you know a banker? I want to open a business bank account. So those are just overflowing, but you need to be sensitive, and you have to be active listener in able to respond and to really supply the need of your client, or even a person that you met somewhere.
Can I share a story with
Okay.
you, Chris?
Sure, sure, go
This,
ahead.
this actually happened in Harlingen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there is this older salesperson, a brand new older salesperson, and a car salesperson, and a brand new young car salesperson. Well, this young car salesman came here and he gave you the dance and he did everything. He was very energetic and everything else. And he was making sales like you can imagine. Boom, 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 boom. But money was coming in. Well, the other salesman was an older guy, and he built. He had the old school mentality. A handshake is most important thing, and
Yes.
so, but he sold very little per month. But the other guy sold a lot. But the other guy sold, like, let's say you needed a smaller car, but he'll sell you an Escalade or something like that. He didn't care. He was about the commission. It wasn't about the relationship. But this old guy, they kept on getting after him, like, hey, you're not selling. You need to sell more. But he built that relationship, kept on doing it. 2 or 3 years later, this guy he never had to hit the floor. He never had to go to the floor. He had appointments 24/7. I mean, literally all day long he had appointments. Never had to sell to another person. The other guy pretty much got so burnt out that he ended up just quitting and ended up in another industry. And the key element of this story is that older gentleman still today, 20 years later, still selling cars. He sold my truck to me. It's about building that relationship, man. And this guy did that.
Yes, that's a very good story to share. And also, this is going to be we're done through our session for today. I
Okay.
would like to ask you, what would be your greatest advice on our on building the social capital on the
Well,
digital
let me
market?
share a top secret. Remember, I told you I promised you a top secret thing.
Yeah, the top secret. What's the top
Okay.
secret? The
Okay.
secret sauce.
Go to LinkedIn
Uh huh.
and type in the search box on the top. There's two ways of typing it. It's either
Okay.
LION, all lowercase,
Lion.
lion,
Uh huh.
or L dot. I mean, just put a dot in between each one, and then search, and
Uh huh.
connect with those individuals. Those are called. The acronym is LinkedIn Open Networker. And well, these guys, they have a large network, and they can help you build your network. And it's free. I mean, there's no cost. It's free.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a lion. I'm a lion myself.
You're a lion. Thank you for sharing that. I don't know that. I didn't know that there's a secret group. But is this exclusive? Is it like
No, it's not
limited?
exclusive. There's a lot of lions out there that are wanting to help connect with you, and they want to
Okay.
help you connect with other people on LinkedIn.
Well, wow. Okay, I will definitely do that after our
Put
session.
that. Matter of fact, put down your personal LinkedIn that you're a lion yourself. You are a lion, but you just don't know it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I think the fighting spirit is alive.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have it. Okay, thank you, Michael Wilson, for your help and for your time on being part of our live chat or session, where I'm hoping that people take something from here. And I'm really looking forward for your future projects and your future opportunities way ahead of you that you're exploring. And thank you for joining. And I will contact you as soon as we have the corporate training, even it's going to be done virtual.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here to help.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Michael. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for watching and listening. Just follow Michael on LinkedIn, right? Michael
And
Wilson.
LinkedIn. Yeah.
And I'm also on
If you're, I'm more active on LinkedIn than on Facebook now. So LinkedIn.
yes, me too. If you want to follow us, we're both on LinkedIn, Mr. Michael Wilson, and just
I'll
find
I'll,
my
I'll
name.
I'll share my
Yep.
profile link in the chat box. Okay.
Oh, yes, we're going to share it also on our description on
I
this.
tell you what. I want you to do this, Chris. Have everybody share their LinkedIn page on the.
Yes.
Invite everybody to share their LinkedIn page.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, like what you done before. Like they're putting it in the comment section. Yeah,
Yes.
let's connect on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
that. All
All
right.
right. Stay safe, Michael.
All right.
Have a
Take
great
care. You
day.
too. Be careful.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.